Ciao tutti, buongiorno, welcome back to the channel. Bitcoin is dumping, we're losing support, next stop is zero if you have to believe a lot of these gurus on social media. But we know better. Yes, we are going down, yes, we are losing some support, but at the end of the day we are still in this almighty range that we have been in already for almost 3 months. So today I'm going to give you a few setups that you can use for today and probably for the rest of the week. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. Now without further ado, let's start diving in. I am going to zoom in on the 4 hour because there's a few things that I need to show you. I just quickly want to have the volume profile back in my screen. Therefore I just scrolling back real quick. And there you go. We had two trades, two long setups. One was a sweep here of the lows. I also took this trade, also posted it on Twitter, and eventually that was a pretty nice one, as you can see. That was from here to here, 2.5% in total. So that trade succeeded. And then I had one that was my most favorite trade. That was from the golden pocket just underneath the value area low. But I said do not preset this trade because here we have some lows that are just waiting to be taken out. So it could be very dangerous if you just slice through, grab the total liquidity and then to go higher. Well, once we hit the golden pocket, there was just no reaction at all, or at least there was, but very little. I just saw no signs in the chart for me to enter a trade. So this long trade right here is just completely invalidated. There was also if you traded this smartly, no confirmation for you to get into the trade because it was just a big liquidation week down. We had a very small bounce at the top of that 61.8, but after that we just went down very fast. So like I said, there was no way that this was a trade to take to the upside. So I'm a little bit disappointed, I'm not going to lie, because I was really hoping for that golden pocket. I scared some people out. They were losing that value area low, the thick blue line on my screen. And then spend some time in a golden pocket, a couple of hours, half a day, and then eventually to go higher, but that didn't happen. So what is then the next trading setup that we can take? Well, since we already went down so much and we already took out some of the liquidity, and I'm quickly going to put a line here so that you can see it. So this was the bottom. So that's now the red line, but we did not take out all of the liquidity. There's still a few lows left. I actually want to see us come down one more time, maybe hitting the net 78.6. That is then really the last line in the sand. It's I always trade it somewhere like this, from the golden pocket to that 78.6, but then very locally on smaller time frames I'm getting in and out of the trades. So what would be nice, and I think we're not going to get that on the 4 hour, but that we do something like this, and then we're creating a bullish divergence. And like I said, it will not happen on the 4 hour because this still needs many 4 hour candles to form. So then you're talking very most likely about tomorrow or the day after, and I think that we are going to hit that level probably already today. So this needs to be then a bullish divergence on the 1 hour or lower. If we lose the 78.6 at 59,100, and I'm going to put the trade in, then actually there is not much left. And by the way, your first TP here needs to be the very area low. After that I will take this low right here that you see, that is that yellow line that's still in our screen, the 64,500. That is the trade that we took, but that actually you can just trail it up and get as high as you can. If you even take some money out at the point of control, you're going to 1 to 18. So this could be a super profitable trade, but for now it's just a 1 to 7.6, 1 to 8 almost, depending on how tight your stop loss is. But this could be a very good trading setup. Like I said, underneath here is actually not a whole lot, because then we just have this move here to this absolute bottom that we created somewhere at 56,000. That was really a deviation, and then we went higher again. So yeah, not getting a bounce from the 78.6 is very most likely taken out 56,500. Would we also lose this? Then we're getting in this zone right here. When we were dumping down, I was actually already hoping that this zone would be hit, but we didn't. So if I'm not mistaken, I think I did not long somewhere here, but much higher up, because I was really waiting for this area. But if we can now not get a bounce somewhere from this area, most likely you're going to take it out and then eventually you're going to dump lower, and this will be then an absolute make or break moment. So the 53,000 from here all the way then to shy of 51,000 is going to be super important. But as I always say, we're trading it level by level, trade by trade. Right now we are trading around the 61k, and so this should be the area that we're looking at. Okay, let me also quickly put in a trade here. So it could be an S&P here from the low, but like I said, I think the chances are very small that we're getting a very good swing trade from this area. I think it's going to be a small bounce, and then we're going lower, and then of course this area right here. For now we don't have to look at it. We're probably not going to hit that today or tomorrow anytime soon. Can we still short in case you are not in a short right now? Yes, you can, but I would be very careful, because what are you basically doing? You are shorting the bottom of the range, and you should be looking for longs from the bottom and shorts from the top. So actually you are shorting here towards the bottom. That is super dangerous. You could give it a try. What I then would do is play it based on the fib retracement, so that depending on where the low is, that you pull your fib and then eventually trade it to the upside. I actually like this area right here. Wait, I actually also want to have the volume profile in there real quick. There you go. Is that if we would go higher, we still have this support and resist line. I'm going to make it a little bit fatter. Like I said, it's where we took the previous trade from, so that was 64,500-ish. But if we then put the fib retracement here on this top, from approximately the point of control to the bottom and then back, you're seeing that the fib retracement comes very much in line with where we are right now. And if we would dump even a little bit low from here, let's say the 78.6, then you can see it is perfectly lining up, So let's say we are getting some kind of a bounce from the 78.6. You have your long trade from here, trade it to the upside, value area low, take profit, trade it to the upside, very important support and resistance level, and golden pocket, take more profit, and also enter then a short, so you are hedged. Then you have a long from the bottom and a short from the top, support and resistance, golden pocket, and then just trade it to the downside. And whoever wins, wins. But whatever happens, you are making money because you are on both sides of the table. And you can see that it is still support and resistance. It was the low here. Here we took that trade, so it was support. Then it broke through, resistance, and then we went lower. So there's a very big chance, because it also coincides now with the golden pocket, that it will give us some kind of a reaction. So that is very nice. So that will be my first bigger short trade that I'm taking. I'm not looking for anything local. Let me just quickly take this out, else getting a super mess. So that will be a very nice short trade, golden pocket, support and resistance. Oh, by the way, that will be then, let me see, from 64,500, and I will put my stop loss somewhere locally. Don't put it all the way up here, because then actually you would have easily already reclaimed this as a support then, so the resistance flips into support. So just do it then 0.5% or 1% higher, and that is then where I would put my stop loss, or like I said, very locally. Sometimes you see that we are breaking it on the 5 minute, and then later on we're losing it again. That is then your entry. Stop loss is then above the high. That is usually how I play this locally on a smaller time frame. Would we go higher? I would be a little bit careful by trying to short somewhere here if we already are going down, or somewhere here, because what are you getting? You have your acceptance within the value area. So principle would say that you actually get a full rotation back up. So this short right here, I mean, it could be, but I think actually the most important area is then again the value area low, just playing it from support to resistance, that's just basically what you're doing the entire time. But you would take profit at the value low, maybe we're breaking it, but there's a big chance that we're doing this, hitting the level, getting your short trade, and then maybe back up again if we bounce off from that value area low, and then to go higher. And again, you have your short trade from here and you have your long trade from here. Yeah, so super important that you see that you don't always say, oh, we're going up, and then we need to go up. You can also just have a position on both sides and just let the market play out. That's very important. Other than that, you could try to point of control, but I think we're not going to see that anytime soon. As I am looking at the chart right now, it looks ugly as hell, I'm sorry to say so, but this is what it is. I mean, look at the money flow here on the 1 hour, very bloody. We do have a little bit of bullish divergence, but really you're just catching a knife right now, so be very careful. On the 4 hour, the same stuff. I mean, we have this momentum wave super deep, and the money flow is also curving outward, so it looks like it's not over yet. What I would really like is that we do see something of a bullish divergence, but I need to see the money rolling and curving back up. If else, I will not take the trade based on the 4 hour. What actually concerns me a little bit more is the daily, because here you can see that there is just no sign of stopping. I actually was hoping that we would curve up here. It almost looked like it because price action was so flat, but then we just went lower, and this actually looks like this is not the end yet. So I'm a little bit hesitant about my trade from 78.6 that we just pointed out. I think there's chance that we might go even a little bit lower. What also concerns me is the weekly. We have talked about this already in another episode, is that you have this little bit of a head and shoulders here on the momentum wave. Money flow is coming down, VWAP is coming lower, RSI is coming lower. This looks like this might go on for a little bit, a week or 2, 3, 4, sideways action, downwards action. Am I scared? No, absolutely not, because I have seen also more often than not that this looks maybe very bearish at the moment, but then for whatever reason you're getting a few green candles on the day, and you're suddenly 4 or 5% higher, and you see the indicator just completely looking better again and just lifting up a little bit from the lows, and suddenly it doesn't look as bearish anymore as it maybe looked on Monday. So just be careful with that. Trade it really from level to trade to trade. I also said already a few times, I just cannot believe that people are now calling for 40 or 30k, whatever. There is so much that can happen along the way, right? So don't fall for that. This is just all clickbait. There's so much that can happen along the way. Just trade it from level to level, from trade to trade. And let's be honest, in the last how many days is this? Many days. This is 17 days. We actually only went 14% down over 17 days. Well, we had days where we did 4, 5, 6% in a day, 2, 3 days in a row, and suddenly we were much higher. So don't get fooled by this. I think that for now these bounces are pretty easy to trade, or pretty easy to handle, and as long as we are not losing very critical support, so that would be here 53, 50,000, then I think everything is still fine, and this is still just a correction, and from here on we can go higher. Last but not least, then the funding rate actually doesn't look all too scary. You can see some of the funding rates slightly positive, some of the funding rates slightly negative, so nothing out of the ordinary. Once this gets super positive or super negative, as in let's say 0.1 or 0.234, that is extreme, then I think we can see a big rotation to the other side, because usually that indicates liquidations. For now it looks healthy, so this correction is just normal market behavior, nothing out of the ordinary. Okay guys, I hope that shed a little bit of a light of what is going on, so please don't be scared. If you like the content, do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both those links you'll find in the description, and see you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.